Well, we said Tuesday is all about putting the spotlight on your health, and today we're delving into a crucial topic for employees and employers alike: allergies in the workplace. Now, we have a special guest with us, dietitian Tessa Hiller. With her expert advice, we are going to discuss how to create a safe environment for individuals with allergies and gain valuable insights on managing this issue within the workspace. Tessa, it's great to have you back.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you good? Listen, this is a season where allergies are rife. There's a lot going on. But when it comes to the workplace, let's be specific about this. What are the most common, let's say, food allergies that one can experience in the workplace? And how can we maybe sort of help individuals manage this?
Okay, so it's important to realize that there's a difference between allergies and intolerances. So allergies are a little bit more severe. So basically, food allergies are when your body reacts or your immune system reacts or like has an abnormal response to food, and it can actually become quite life-threatening. So the common food allergies are your cow's milk, your eggs. I've got to remember this list now.
There's probably nuts is a popular one.
Nuts, tree nuts, peanuts, your shellfish, your normal fish, and then also wheat, soya, and then sesame is kind of a more common one, that kind of recent one that's popped up. We know things like gluten as well, but that's not a very common food allergen. So, and the most important thing that one needs to realize is that if one gets exposed to this and has a food allergen, then it can become life-threatening. So the best thing is avoidance, complete elimination of that food allergen in the workplace.
And accidents happen in the workplace. So as an employer, how can they ensure that their work environment is safe for their employees, especially those that perhaps have food allergies?
Yeah. So creating awareness and education around food allergens are quite important. I think a lot of us, those who don't have one, don't really realize that it's around. So I think creating kind of that awareness, having that open communication with their employees to say, listen, please let us know if you've got a food allergy or not. Making sure that, like, if there's communal areas where they're sharing meals or there's actually meals being prepared, you've got to make sure that the kitchen staff are being trained, that there's no contamination, that, you know, sometimes they do little labels and they have all the different ingredients under for the recipes as well. But I still believe that it's employees' responsibility to let the employer know that they have that food allergen. You know, otherwise it's not a very common thing that happens.
Yeah. And that was going to lead me to my next question. I mean, like, how do you actually identify whether an individual has or needs these specific dietary requirements and they actually have that sort of allergic response? But I guess it's very difficult as an employee to do that because it's like, I'd have to just individually ask everyone that question. And if they don't know, then they can't really answer you, right?
Exactly.
Right. So then when it comes to, let's say, restrictions on allergies, what steps would we take if we did know that someone had these issues? What could we do and what sort of restrictions could we put in place to kind of alleviate that strain or that potential risk that they might go through?
Sure. So I think you've got to kind of then realize where is a common area where you find those type of allergens. I think mainly around the food and like the food or the kitchen or the canteen. I think that's the most important thing. In the sense of if someone has a really severe allergy, they've always got to make sure that they've got their EpiPen on them or their adrenaline. But when it comes to actually implementing, I think it's important that the employees or their colleagues are aware of that allergy specifically too.
And obviously just make sure that the labels are definitely there for everybody. Okay, all right, making sense.
Definitely. So I think, you know, having all those different things in place, it makes complete sense. But you made a valid point that it's up to the employee to be, you know, it's their responsibility to take their own health into consideration. For someone that grew up with allergies, they already know how to look after themselves. But as adults, you also get new allergies that all of a sudden pop up. Do you perhaps have advice for someone that's now all of a sudden they were fine eating seafood and now all of a sudden they have that reaction, how they can go about protecting themselves?
Yeah, so I think getting in touch with a registered dietitian is always very useful. You know, we are the food experts. We can Google everything and we can consult other people. But I think really understanding, looking at the various sources, because it's not necessarily always just that one specific group. It could be kind of other groups that are linked to that type of food allergen. And then making sure that when they remove and they eliminate it from their diet, that they do replace it with a good alternative or good substitute that's obviously still safe for them. so that they can still actually have a good balanced diet. I think that's really key.
Oh, coming through with the goods, Tessa. Thank you so much for serving us this morning, officially making it a Health Tuesday, and I really thank you for your expertise. From Mzansi, it gets even better. We're not only educating you, but also giving you the chance to stand in line and win 5,000 Rand in cash this week by answering this simple question. Now, have you ever had to call in sick to work because of your allergies? Well, tell us what happened and include the hashtag LEVOGEX in your answer on our Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram competition post. Now, the competition closes on the 16th of October, and your T's and C's do apply. What are you waiting for? Get involved and make sure that you have an allergy-free season all year.